Hello everyone, I'm Alvarez and this is Alvarez Metalworks. So today what we have is a project that I worked on at work. Straight out the gate I'm going to apologize about the lack of information and kind of the quick rush through on the videos. I'm at work, I'm expected to work, I'm being paid to work, and making videos for my YouTube channel is not a priority. But I thought it was a really cool project, I'm kind of proud of it. And I shot the videos as quickly as possible, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. So, anyway, what the project is I'm basically building a heated box, a compartment inside of a rescue vehicle that we're building for our customer. They needed this box or this compartment so that they can keep IVs, gear, certain things that needed to be kept at room temperature or slightly above room temperature, warm. That's what they needed the box for. Okay, we're in New York, upstate New York. It gets cold as hell up here. That's the reason behind it. So, let me think here. The products and the material that we're using on with this project, because I don't tell this in the video. So, sorry about getting tongue tied. We're using 2x2 square aluminum tubing for the main structure. For the door frame, I'm using 3/4 inch by 1 inch, actually 3/4 inch by 1.5 inch rectangular tubing for the actual door frames. And for the hinge mount on the sides of the door frames, we're using 1 inch by 1 inch square tubing. For the sheathing material that I'm using on there, you'll see it. It's like a foam core type stuff. If you guys are familiar with the brand name Dye-Bond, that's what that stuff is. I don't know if it's made by Dye-Bond because that's a trade name, but it's just like that. It could be a company called Alumicore. I'm not sure, but it's like that. If you look it up on Google, you'll see what I'm talking about. Then we're using 1/8 inch diamond plate. There's a lot of diamond plate on this truck. It's ridiculous. There's going to be sections of the video where the camera don't want to focus because the diamond plate is just obnoxious. Okay. But the truck's looking good. It's coming together. That's what the customer wanted, so that's what the customer's getting. So, you'll also see some adjustable shelf racks in there. I installed those. The customer didn't say they wanted a shelf, but I anticipated that they would want one, so I installed those racks in there just in case, so we're not having to tear apart this box to install racks later. So if they need a shelf in it, it'll be as simple as building the shelf and installing it. The heater. Initially we had a heater, and I forget the model name of it. It was a piece of junk. It was like $25 on Amazon. It just failed immediately. It didn't work at all. Okay, we wired it to a thermostat so that the thermostat would control it. It does have its own thermostat on it, but we bypassed it with an actual thermostat. Failed immediately. That's kind of a good thing because, we'd hate for it to fail on the customers. My boss, he's sworn by these little 12-volt heaters that he was using in all these ambulances before I started working in there. They're called Backseat Heat Plus, or 1100 BTU 12-volt heaters. They look cheap as hell, but they're about $100 on Amazon, and he couldn't find them no more. I actually found it for him. We replaced the original heater with that. Works good. Okay. Again, this particular heater has a thermostat on it. We bypassed it, just set everything on high, and wired it through a thermostat. So, the thermostat that you're going to see on there. But anyway, with all that being said, let me get to showing you guys the build, and I'll be back, and we'll do a follow-up. Talk to you guys later. So, here's what we got going on. You see I got one of the frames already done for the box. It's 40 by 34 inches. I'm going to be building an identical one for the top, and then I'll be connecting the two boxes together at the corners with these. Okay, this is 2x2 square aluminum tubing, obviously. We'll be putting some panels around the tops. The top sides, bottom, and on the back. The front we're going to build another frame with some doors because this needs to be sealed up. So we got going on. I'm using, because I'm here at work obviously, I'm using the Lincoln Electric Precision TIG 225. It's a good machine. In comparison to my Everlast Power TIG 210 EXT, I'd say it's very comparable. Now the only thing with my Power TIG from Everlast is that there's a lot more functions on that machine than this one. So anyway, long story short, sit tight. I'll be back when I got some progress done. Okay, here's the exposed wall of the box. You see the 2-inch foam insulation is inside the framework. It's 2x2 square tubing. You see the backside of the thermostat. The 12-volt supply goes to the thermostat, then goes to the heater. This is the heater that failed on us, so this structure here doesn't really matter because it wasn't used. This interior rear panel here, this doesn't have any framework to screw to because of the way it's designed. So I had to cut these angled brackets and use self-tapping screws to apply them to the frame, which gave a mounting surface for that back panel. If you look here at the top, those are the wires for the dome light. I'll show you in a second. The grommet there is to keep the wires from getting cut from rubbing on the sharp metal. As we walk around here to the front, you'll see the 1-inch by 1-inch square tubing used to mount the door frame or the door hinges on. This also supplies a surface, or this also gives us a surface where we can mount the diamond plate to, along with that angle iron piece right there. That's all aluminum. Everything's flush mount with the door face. Right here we're testing out the dome light. Everything works great. The flickering is just from a bad connection, but everything works great. Okay, so we had to pull the heater out of this thing because it was a piece of crap. So we ordered in a new heater. I'll be doing something different with that heater. The thermostat will stay in here, more than likely. Here's the door. Opted to weld the diamond plate onto it so that there was no screw heads or rivets. It's not completely finished. I'm just doing some welds and then grinding them smooth. We'll be using some 3/4 inch thick foam in here and then putting some 1/16 sheet metal, or excuse me, aluminum, not diamond plate, just this smooth finish for the inside so it matches the rest of this. That will be screwed on, just countersink the screws. We'll be running some seals along this edge, and I'll be welding a lip to this, or screwing a lip to this, because this one will close and then this door here will close onto it and hold this one shut, kind of like this. Oh, it has that lip there. So hinges are offset, so the sheet metal is laying over the top of the hinge. And yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys in a little bit. So this is the final product. A little trimmed out. A lot of diamond plate. That's what they asked for. So you got this kind of lock, lever lock. Got this, I don't know what they call that, but to keep the door from opening. Just a little piece of angle here. It's all the heater we got is a backseat heater. I'll give you guys a link on Amazon where you can get that. It's got its own thermostat, but we added this one. Built the cage around it. These are for a shelf just in case the customer wants it. LED light. And then it's all sealed off. Just turn the key on so the lights come on. The dome light that's in the heater box comes on when you open the outside compartment doors. So, real bright, just like this one, same exact light. So we got it all finished off. This is the back side. And then you got the gap here on the other side for whatever they want to put there. Okay, so I'm back. Again, apologize about the quick rush through and the lack of information on there, but I hope you guys enjoyed the build. It's a fun project, really fun. It inspired me quite a bit to try to build some other things. Hopefully in future videos you're going to see some of the stuff that I learned from this project on some little experiments and things like that. Stay tuned on that. Some of that stuff's going to be used in the tow rig project that you guys haven't seen anything about yet, but you will soon. Great project. Unfortunately, we have to rush on it. With stuff like this, I would like to make it as perfect as possible. Okay, that's my. Those are my own self expectations. I want to make it as good as I possibly can make it. But you have to understand too that, this is a business that I work for, and it's all about making money. You got to be able to juggle spending too much time on a project and getting the thing out of the door so you can make some money. You got to find that happy medium there. You got to have your quality, but you can't do so much quality that you lose your butt on it. So that was the big issue for me on this project, is that I would have liked to make it perfect, and it's not perfect, but it's damn good. So strong as hell, really good product. I'm still really proud of it, and my boss was extremely impressed with the build, to the point where he allowed me to spend more time on it than he really expected me to do. So to be honest, we probably lost money on it, but in the end it's going to be good for his company. So, live and learn. If you guys have any questions about this project, build materials, anything like that, leave a comment below, and I'll definitely answer the questions for you. Again, I apologize about rushing through everything on this, but it is what it is. So, thanks for watching. Like always, subscribe, comment, like. Go like me on Facebook. The link will be down in the description. Use Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, even though pretty much everything I use Twitter for is because I'm an MMA fan. And I follow that over there. That's about it. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for the support.